motion, but you don't really spend that much time on it. Even so, I can give myself, I don't know if they introduced me, I'm Jared Lawrence, by the way. I know, most people probably know this because I'm a Minnesota guy, but I run a wrestling school now called Pinnacle Wrestling. It's a youth and high school club, and then I help out with our senior level athletes that are, you know, we run once or twice a week out of Merriman here. So I'm around a lot of wrestling. I see a lot. You know, we're heading out to Olympic Training Center, picking up drills here and there, wherever it's at. So dealing with stance, you know, I started Pinnacle back in like 2005, and obviously you know stance motion, everybody gets that. This year is the first year that we've really tried hard to spend a good 5-10 minutes every practice on stance motion. And the main reason was I kept Deichler, one of our guys, kept watching all these John Smith videos. He's got these YouTube videos, and every single video he talks about stance motion and how important it is, how important position is, and how he talks about, he thinks that the wrestling people are going from too much skill and not enough position. Start with position, go to skill, not the other way around. And I'm starting to think about it, and I was like, you know, guys like Hunter who got brought up in Pinnacle, you know, they know more moves than probably most college guys that have been there for 5 years. But the position they have. So we're like going back down to the base of just stance, motion, position, because he says if your stance, if you can move down in your stance, everything changes. And to me, John Smith was the best. But he was the best wrestler, in my opinion, of anybody that's come out of the U.S. You know, you have guys like Gable and Kale who were awesome, but this guy was the best. So we really started taking to it, and you know, if a guy says it once, it's okay, but all of a sudden I'm seeing like 12 different videos, and every video comes back to it. So we've really been doing it. Our senior guys, like, you know, Jason Ness, he said he's never felt better because we spend a minimum of 10 minutes beginning and end of practice on just stance, just moving in your stance. He said, I've never been able to move as good as I can right now. I'm just spending some time on it. So, what we're going to do, and a lot of this stuff, like I said, is just coming straight from John Smith, where my feet are going to be a little bit shoulder width apart, and my arms are just going to try to stay relaxed. That's all I'm going to do is shuffle. And my feet, I'm trying not to do this big shuffle because this is too easy. I can essentially do this with big feet. Everything is going to be these little choppy steps, back and forth, little choppy steps. Okay? And even what he talks about is, it's not, you don't move in a match like that. It's not like you're going to be out in a match moving really choppy. Only thing we're trying to do right now is exaggerate your footwork. Exaggerate. So Hunter's going to go legs wide, square stance, and he's just going to start moving. Yep, nice and easy, back in circles. And he's just going to keep doing that for a little bit. What we want is your feet to just move 3 inches at a time. And this, oh no, you can keep going, buddy. That's right. Yep, you're just going to keep moving. And it doesn't have to be that small. It's just going to be these big circles. Just, you know, a little torn out. I'm still leaning a little bit. You could probably fit a piece of paper underneath my heels so that you know I'm not flat-footed. I'm a little bit forward. And then it's relaxing. And it's for him because he hasn't been doing this because we just started this year. It's awkward at first. It's really awkward. Like you don't feel good, and then like even nationals guys, they were like, man, I feel really awkward. Now they're very smooth. Okay? So with that drill, we're going to start moving into a forward drill. Now it's going to be back to side. Forward, forward, forward. Back to side. Side to side. Forward, forward, forward. Everything should stay in home base. Your arms should stay in home base. They need to be relaxed, but they need to be in. And the idea is, let's say he takes a shot on me. I need to have some force to block that shot. And if my arms are necessarily down, it's great. I can down block, you know, which is good. But if I want to stop him shooting in, my arms can't be extended. I have to actually take a shot on me. I have to meet him with my hands. So everything's going to be right here in front. You know, now forward, forward, now back. So we're just going to hammer that out there for about 30 seconds. Side, 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 forward. Sideways. Forward. Sideways. And it's all about just moving feet. When they get good, now we're going to say, hey, now we're going to go left leg lead. So you're going to go sideways, and now it's going to be a left. Because when you're moving in a mat, you never know when you're going to be here. You still have to move, even when you have a left leg lead. So after a while, and you can time it in the same practice. I can say, okay, 30 seconds, boom, sideways. 30 seconds, just going back and forth. Now I'm going to say, okay, 30 seconds, we're going to go sideways, sideways, and forward on your own. Back to side, now forward. Now back to side, now forward. Now that's 30 seconds. Now the next 30 seconds, we're going to go left leg lead. So you're going to go side to side, left leg lead, forward, 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 sideways, forward, forward. All right, good. And the whole idea is just to exaggerate that feet motion. Okay? So we have that in mind. So now what we're going to do is we're going to work on sprawling a little bit. Keep in mind, a lot of this is John Smith stuff, so it doesn't seem cool, it's on him. He talks about sprawling a little bit of moving, instead of sprawling here, just working on moving your feet. So as I'm forward, this foot just comes up. And this foot comes up. So once you're taking a shot on me, foot comes up, shot. You know, this foot, it's just coming up. I'm just working on getting my feet to move. So now we're going to throw the same drill back into it, but I'm going to say lift. So anytime he's in this walking forward stance, I say lift, I need him to pick that leg up. Pick that leg up. Boom. And he talks about heel to butt. That's what we're trying to get out of this big leg. So Hunter's going to go side to side, forward, lift. That leg comes up. Side to side, forward, lift. Yep, stay on it. And just lift. Yep. And if you wanted to structure it to where you were more involved, you would just sit here and say lift 30 times. Or you let them do it on their own. Or you go back and forth. Okay? So we're working on motion. Now we're working on just lifting. The next part of the equation is now getting to sprawl. And it's going to be a lift first, then sprawl. So as I'm moving, lift, and then I sprawl. Lift, then I sprawl. Sideways. Moving sideways, forward, lift, sprawl. Lift to get your body up and get your body moving. Lift, sprawl. Moving back and forth. Forward, lift, sprawl. All right, Hunter? You're up. I'm working too hard. Side, side, forward, forward, lift, sprawl. The whole idea is, again, everything is just exaggerating, moving your feet. We talk a lot about just, you don't necessarily move side to side in a match. It's all about exaggerating the movement of your feet. You'll spend time on it. You'll see everybody will start. The reason people don't do stance is too hard. Everything is easy. You can bounce around right here all you want. As soon as you start getting down into this position, everything now is heavy and hard. And this is where you need to work. This is where you need to be able to move. Right here down into the base. Okay? So those are some good stance drills. A couple other ones that we just kind of modify now. So here's what Andrew's going to do. He's going to work that same side, almost like we have a line. He's going to go side to side drop. So he's going to go sideways this way. Whatever side he's going, this is going to be that inside leg. It's going to drop. So side, side, drop. Side, side, drop. When I'm dropping, it's important that this foot gets sideways. It gives me more, what would be the term here? Surface area to drive off. Absolutely. All right? Versus if I'm just right here. One, I got no balance here. This one's forward, that one's. If anybody moves me in off ways, I'm going to have to totally get out of position to move. That's not what we're after. So when we go side to side drop, that back foot, drop, side, drop, side, drop, side to side, drop, side to side, drop. Trying to be quick with my feet, little itty bitty steps. See if you can do that. Yeah, that's right. Yep. Only thing I'm going to tell Hunter is to snoop for him. When he goes this way, I want right leg. When he goes the other way, I want left. Start slow. so that's when he can attack. I can't attack square stance. I have to be able to get one leg back because my back leg is always your power leg. Okay? So now what he's going to do, he's going to go side, side drop, and he's just going to reach. So it's going to be side, side, reach. Side, side drop, reach. Side, side drop, reach. Side, side drop, reach. When he goes, again, everything's staying low, butt low. I'm not trying to get head down. They don't have to do it fast. They just have to work on position a little bit. Position. Side drop. Drop. You're up. Side, side drop. Hey. Side, side drop. Hey. Okay, good. Now the idea, once they start getting this muscle memory, is to work on our go behinds. So what I'm going to do is he's going to dive shot. My job is going to be to essentially, my legs are going to naturally go back. That's going to be a natural reaction. And I'm just going to go side drop. I don't need to go side, side drop. I'm just going to go one, and then I'm trying to just drop from the corner. My body will pull itself in. This is where go behinds are going now. They're staying out of this front head realm. Not that you have to, they're just doing that. They're going here. He's just going to dive in. He dives in, I'm back, and I'm already in the corner. From here, he's got to make a decision, and I'll just run through it. But once I get to that corner, hard for him to move. If I want to go the other way, I can't. Take a shot. I'm in. Once I'm in on this leg, everything goes down, and I can isolate them. They'll figure that out on their own. We don't need technique for it. We just got to get into them. Take a shot. Yeah. I'm in. Do it. Take a shot. All I'm doing is side, side drop. Slow motion. Side, side drop. Use your hands. I talked in the beginning about your hands being in front. Take a shot. That's where my hands are. Right in front. Side, side drop. Take a shot. Hands in front. Drop. Take a shot. Okay? Let's see. Let's do it again too. Yeah. Do it one more time. Yep. Slow motion. He dives in. Slow motion. Move back. Legs are going to go back first. Okay, not much. Side, drop. Whatever side I go to, that knee's going up, and this hand is reaching. I want to go the other side. Same thing. Side, drop. Okay? Let's see what we do. All right, so I'm going to dive in. He goes side, side, drop. Side, side, drop. Come on. And if you want to get even more fancy, you just start getting your head locked. You know, take a shot. Boom. Now I'm running. Take a shot. Boom. I'm running. Alright. So now the next step is getting that muscle memory down. These are quick drills. One guy, 30 seconds. Drop. Lock. Drop. Left leg obviously is going to be a little harder for a lot of people. That's why we started with just getting the muscle memory to here. To here. Now when they get to here, all they got to do is drop to it. If you just take a high school wrestler and say, hey, when he shoots, I want you to switch to that lead leg side, it's going to be confusing for him because a lot of them are very one-dimensional right leg lead. This is, everything is right here. Now you want me to go left leg lead, so we have to train them with the drills. Now, if I catch my breath, I'm going to do the same thing, but I'm going to have Hunter tripod up. So he's going to take a shot, and he's going to try to tripod up and circle away so that we work on pulling ourselves into it. So he takes a shot, slow motion, I block, once I get here, now I just need to run through it. He takes a shot, move side, side here, and you pull on. Deep breath and hit from the beginning. And I'm good. already a textbook these days. But we have to start with the drills. These drills, these muscle memory drills. And they're great warm-ups. We're very big into gymnastics for warm-ups to get bodies that are totally cold. They like to do that. And then we immediately go right into stance motion and then some of these drills. All right? To throw curveballs at them so that they, let's say I might have 20 minutes of drills. After a while, their brains just get a little redundant. So I'll start throwing in maybe some fun little gymnastics tricks. So a couple of these, we go back to back. I'm going to grab fingers right here. I'm going to bend down. I'm just going to work on flipping him over. Keep our hands locked. Here, down here, feet over. Yeah! We turn. And we turn. And it's a little bit of body awareness into it. It's blind. I don't know where I'm going. So as my body turns, I've done a little research on like gymnastic stuff. And they say the hardest part is just blind landings. And they say where the skill comes in is if you're blind. You don't know where it is. It's not like I can see everything and I can land. So your brain has to very quickly catch the bottom. If you were to do this slow motion, I can't see the ground. Slow. My body has to make the adjustment right at the last second. It sees ground, has to make all the connections. That's what's nice about it. They do it, they don't realize it to them. It's fun. High school kids, youth kids, they're like, yeah, that's awesome. They're actually building skills because their eyes have to catch the ground quickly. And their body has to make the adjustment. Which is why when you have the coordinated people, they don't land right away. Their bodies have a hard time making that connection right away, like they used to. Okay? We'll go down, we'll do like these flip overs where he's going to hook underneath my waist. Same thing. He's going to pull back. They're silly little drills, but again, we have to look. This is good for core. He's using arms. He's using core. You know, it's good for him. It's also good for me because if you look at me, I'm wide. That's the only way I can hold it. I don't use it on my butt. I can go more of a tabletop, knee and I have to really work to keep wide. The second I bring my knees in and he flips over, I can't handle it anymore. So it actually, in a very kind of silly way, it teaches me a little bit of this bottom position of just being able to stay wide. I have a bunch of bottom stuff that we're going to go over as well. But it's silly stuff that changes it up for this guy. Instead of everything being hard, working on this kind of stuff, staying motion, sprawling with their hips. They start to get tired. Okay, I see they're getting tired. We're going to switch gears. We're going to do some of the gymnastic stuff. The other one we'll do is just like head flips. He'll go by himself. So, okay, everybody, 10 head flips. They flip there, and they kick one leg back, and they flip back. Some guys are better than others. It took him 6 years to be able to do that. Okay, the other one, he's going to walk around his head. So he's going to try to keep his hands planted. He starts walking slow, slower, and then his body has to twist. It's just flexibility and strength of that torso. That's all they're doing. Most kids will have to move their hands around first, and they'll eventually get it. You know, it's a change-up. That's all it is. Little change-up that makes it a little bit more fun. So getting into some shot stuff here. When I was a sophomore in college, we made the national dual finals when we were wrestling Iowa State. And we were just like this. I'm trying to think of it where it was. It might have been like the ball or something like that. And we're getting ready to wrestle national dual finals. You know, like we're warming up, Harrison and I pick each other up, slamming down, getting all jacked up. I looked over at Gil Sanderson, and here's him and his brother doing. You go late by. All they're doing is this. And he's going to turn just on out right above there. I'm just kidding. They were just this. That's all they did. And I remember at the time laughing at it. So I was like, what are they doing this little kid stuff for? And now it's like, well, maybe it's a pretty good idea. So we start throwing it in with our kids a little bit, and I was really trying to start thinking about what it does. Here's what this drill does for you. One, I have to change levels to get underneath. So I have to change levels I have to lead with my head. This is an important part of any shot. If I take a shot on a single leg here, my head and my shoulder need to hit first. Okay, when I take a high crouch, my body needs to be here first, and then it'll come through. What we see a lot is the head up shot. You know, they're right here trying to get into it. They're not getting their head down. They're not leading with the head. When I do a penetration step, my body needs to be in front of my legs. That gives me momentum. That gives me some power versus a lot of times you see this. When I take this shot right here, I'm neutral. If I'm really hammered, if you watch the best guys, everything is here. They're always out in front of it when their power is going. That gives you momentum. Hammer into it. I can't do that going between the legs because I'm going to hit him right in the nuts. So I have to change level. And the last part is, it gets me to shoot through the body instead of just teaching kids how to. You know, I'm shooting to the body here. This is through it. So I level change. This foot has to step. This is key. That's the key in any distance shot. Every shot doesn't need to have the perfect setup. You need that step if you're going to be arm distance away. So we say most times, palm the guy. You have to feel the palm. I'm not just touching. Palm, shoulder. Level change. Step. If you want to do some other stuff, what we play with, just to have some fun with it, I make this guy over here. He's going to go slow. He's going to try to keep the same pace. This is more or less what we did, but he's going to do that same thing. He's going to go wide legs and step together. My job is timing. My job is timing. He goes. There's just a lot of shots, especially like low shots, single leg shots. You have to kind of work on those feet timing. So it's just a drill to get your body ready. I don't have time to do this. You know, what you see on YouTube say more than anything. I got to be cocked and loaded. Ready? There's my cock. He just knows how to do that. Then we modified it a little bit because we wanted to work on some pulls. Now I'm going to do a baseball. I'm going to pull that leg. Now I'm going to do it. So he's going to try to get my leg on good stance. I'm going to pull. Now I'm going to shoot through. Pull. Shoot through. So I'm still working on my level change, head getting down through the body. And the idea would be when I'm ready to take a single leg shot, I would just take a leg instead of going through the swing. But they're drills. Very easy, and they're pretty fun. I ain't gonna lie, I had fun doing that. We're gonna put that 600 through it. The good news is I made it through my first 4 things. Okay. We're just gonna work on what we call a pepper down block drill. So Hunter's gonna get in his stance, and he's just gonna stay there. And I'm gonna start peppering him. I'm gonna start bumping him with my hands. Okay? To start off with, I'm going to get all the way back around. When I get back around, he's going to throw a fake at me. My job is to be able to just get my hands down, legs back, head away. So I start off, he just stands there, doesn't move, and I'm peppering. I'm staying in my stance, I'm peppering, peppering. He gets here, boom, back down. Peppering, peppering. The idea of the pepper is to get your hands on and moving and snapping. He gets in front. Hands down. Pepper. Pepper. Fake. The next step on top of that is going to be he's going to turn and shake whenever he wants. Because what we have to get good at is high school wrestlers, we have to get good with our hands being up here and getting them down to the mat. I can't leave my hands up here as the shoes. I got to somehow try to get my arms down. So, as I'm peppering, he can essentially turn at any time and try to fake me out a little bit, and hopefully do it without smashing our heads. So he's down, in his stance. I start off here, whenever he wants, I go down. I might go this way. All right, so now I'm going to try. just gonna stand there. Here's your peppermint. I'm fake. Back it down. Peppermint. Fake. Oh. That's the idea. Being able to be moving your hands, and I don't want your hands just to be real light and too easy. You have to have some pressure. Every technique from Martin Morgan used to talk about peanut butter hands. Always pretend like your hands got peanut butter on it. You put them on. His heavy hands was this idea of peanut butter hands. So when you're on it, tell your guys not to be light. They need to actually have some force to it because they're going to be grabbing, they're going to be snapping. That's when they need to be able to get hands down, legs back. If I'm ready for it, doesn't work. You can basically come out once. Oh, I'm already ready. Try to get